Good afternoon to all of you from us here at Julian Campbell Foundation. And the purpose of today's live is to talk about what we've been doing, because some of you might have realized that I haven't been on doing any live transmissions for over a year now. So I want to explain that, talk about the projects that we've done, where we are now, and talk about the future, like the year going on inwards. So if you're watching if you're watching now live or in the rerun, where are you watching from? I'm in Colombia. I've been working in Colombia with some young people as well that have got mental health difficulties, and most of my team are in Europe. Just to let you know a little bit about myself, my name's Jackie. I'm Julian Campbell's sister. My brother Julian, he ended his life through suicide in August 2007. And from that moment, my life changed forever. Um, we didn't know how to support him. I had no idea he was going to do what he was going to do. We were all heartbroken. And in Julian's funeral, I saw many things. I didn't, the injustice of it all. My parents are struggling. I didn't know whether I was coming or going. It was just like a distorted kind of reality. And in that moment, I decided that it wasn't fair. I didn't want any other family to suffer what we suffered. And at the time, because I was a school teacher, I mean, now I'm more in the charity, but before I was a school teacher, I was working with some, lots of different types of children, seeing how us as adults, teachers, parents put a lot of stress from deadlines, courses, achievement, and goals, and how young people are faced with things that I never had to deal with, social media, the friendships and broken friendships, healthy eating, and all of these kind of things together can contribute so much to a young person's well-being. And then that's when Julian Campbell Foundation was born. I thought from a perspective of what would have changed my brother's life such that today he'd still be alive, being the best version of himself. And the products or the things that we do in the foundation are based from that. Around the same time that my brother died, a student that I was teaching got murdered. He got stabbed and murdered. And for me, before, it was education that was important. As a science teacher, it was really important that all of my students, all of the children that I taught that are in my department, or when I was leading in teams, that they had those two GCSEs when they left school, because it was like a passport. And for me, all of a sudden, I realized that you can have all of the education in the world, but if you haven't got your mental health and well-being kind of sorted out, and it's not strong, and that foundation from childhood to adulthood isn't as strong as it can be, then it's not really that much use. So we started the foundation, and we started with our mood mentors and our mood mentoring program in 2009. That's when we had our first mood mentors, and now it's 2022. And we've still got our mood mentors, and we've added to those as we do drama workshops in schools and dance workshops, all designed really to help a young person manage their mood. So what's been going on? So after my brother's suicide, that's what I was inspired to do. It just gave me great joy to be able to turn around the lives of families through working with their young children. And the pandemic started. And when the pandemic started, I didn't realize that many charities were unable to work. They were on furlough, they were closed. And that's when we had our biggest growth. And that's when we had an amazing team. We had amazing volunteers coming in to be trained to become mood mentors. And we started supporting children from all over the world, mainly the UK, but because other charities and organizations weren't able to work, which I didn't realize at the time. That was, it was for us really. And we've been supporting young people in the United States and where I am here in Colombia as well as Europe. So things are just going really, really well. And the team were increasing. And some of you might be aware as well that we were doing some drama workshops. We managed to do a whole lot of drama workshops for about 300 young people in December 2020, with not one of us setting a foot inside the school. And we all zoomed in from all over the world, from China, from Colombia, from Bulgaria, from different parts of Europe, like such as Spain and France and the UK, of course, because that's where the charity is based. And we were able to really have an impact, even though we weren't physically in the school. So that was amazing. And then last summer, we had a series of projects working with year six to year seven, because that can be quite a delicate time, time of transmission, and working with many young people that we have been working with. Both they and their parents talk about that transition time, that things were fine when they were in year six, and then coming into year seven, that's when things started to change. That's when things started to get difficult and challenging for them. So we started working with a group of year sixes to help them with that transition, to give them that emotional support. So you see, our mentors, they're not academic mentors from a teacher's point of view. An academic mentor helps academically, it helps, they help young people that are at risk of exclusion. We have mood mentors. We have mentors that are specialized in mood and helping a young person not only discover their mood, because sometimes they don't know whether they're high mood or low mood or high energy or low energy. What's more, show them how to manage their mood, so it can always be so when they look, they can see the signs that they're becoming low mood. They can put strategies in place, such as talking with a friend or speaking with a family member or doing some kind of activity such as drawing or walking or something like that, to bring them back onto the high mood. So our mood mentors work with mood, and there's a lot of research that shows that when young people are in a good mood rather than a low mood, then their achievement goes up by 11%. Personally, I think it's more, but this is what they're saying. The achievement goes up, and also, they're doing well socially with their friendship groups and things like that. I mean, personally, I think that now it's more about emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the thing. So, of course, when the young person improves their emotional intelligence, or they understand where they are mood wise, and they know what to do to manage their mood, then this is a beginning of emotional intelligence. And this is what's most important these days: the emotional intelligence, not the IQ. I mean, we had students taking lots of time off their classes and falling behind, and then they're given these classes, cash up classes. But is that really the thing? To be teaching young people catch up classes when they're afraid, when they're scared, when they're unsure, when they're low moods, like teaching in that kind of moods just doesn't really work. So the key really is emotional intelligence, and helping young people to manage their emotional intelligence, because lots of research shows that emotional intelligence is key, and young people that are more developed in levels of emotional intelligence are more successful. They have more enjoyable relationships. Their family and they're much closer, because they're thinking of the impact of their actions on those around them, as well as everything else. So it's really, really important. This is what our mood mentors do. They help young people to manage their emotional intelligence and raise their levels of emotional intelligence, which is going to be better for them, because it puts them on a firm footing for their adulthood, and they know more what to do. And as they know about as they know more about themselves and the impact of them and their behavior, on those around them. So, so last summer we did a series of drama workshops, which also as well were, helping young people improve their emotional intelligence. Dance workshops as well, and we were working on year 6 to year 7 transition. As I said to you before, which is just really, really important that a young person, that is a solid platform, because mentoring a lot of young people as we have done, we have seen that these young people, they are, this is when the problems actually began, and they started to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then out of control. So last year things changed for me a little bit, and so as I said to you before, you haven't really seen me for, well, not a year, but close to a year, because I had some health challenges. The doctors thought that I had cancer in 3 parts of my body, like breast cancer, uterus cancer, and there was like also as well like a stomach ulcer. And because of that, I was spending a lot of time in hospitals, and it was just a lot of time waiting for results. And as much as it was a challenge, I think that it was good for me to have time away, um, to reflect and evaluate and look at how we can increase our how can I say, increase, or improve, even to stamp out teen suicide, because that's still our goal. And and then and I'm pleased to say that everything's fine now. The cancer that they thought, that they thought was in my womb, that disappeared during the biopsy. The lump that I had in my breast, that got smaller and smaller with the tests that I was having, and then like for the ultrasound, it had disappeared, and and it was a similar story with the stomach ulcer. But it just gave me that time away from the organization, to be able to to recoup and evaluate, where, the next steps really, and how we can continue and improve our impact. And so where are we now? Where we are now is that, unfortunately, we didn't have enough funding come in time to be able to save our team. So from last Monday, I think the date was the 3rd of February, or the 2nd of February, we had no choice but to make the whole team redundant, which has been gut wrenching, for me. And just really difficult to accept, after so much growth and so much excitement, during that we were able to provide a difference and make a difference to young people. So that's been extremely disappointing. And I think for me, the main thing that that's happened is that, I've had to look at what's most important. The young people that we are now supporting through our mentoring services, because it's more than ever, which is really amazing. And so we haven't got a team that are paid as such, and we're all volunteers now. But there have been some, really big leaps, which have been amazing. So when I talk about leaps, we're still we're going back into schools doing face-to-face mood mentoring, and gaining a real reputation, because like the mood mentors we have, they're wonderful. They're really a stand to help young people manage you can hear me. Yes, I am back, which is brilliant. So yes, so we still have our mood mentors who are working online, and the reach is far. Um, we also, what else do we have? We have our mood mentors, and they're going into schools, which is great. Our drama workshops will be going ahead, but more in the summer term. But we want to focus on our mood mentoring, and also a new exciting project, that we're taking a small group of school refusers, if you like, because of course that one of the main outcomes or symptoms of of a young person struggling with their mental health and well-being is the fact that they're not able to go into school. So I'm really excited, or we're really excited about that project, to see the impact of what, of the intervention that we have with our mood mentors, making that difference to the young people, such that that they're going to go back into school. So we're going back more into face-to-face mentoring. And also, as well, we're looking at specific groups of young people that might need more focused support. So thank you for listening to my video. Hopefully you're watching on the rerun. It's been a long time since I've been able to do the transmission, but just a little bit about the exciting work we were doing and the reason why I wasn't around and the reason why suddenly I'm back. It's the disappointments and the victories as well, but please do comment. What I ask of you is that if we have an amazing team of mood mentors, and if you know anybody that might be interested in training to become a mood mentor, then please do inbox me or ask me below. That would be amazing. Also, as well, we're in need of volunteers now to help with admin kind of like tasks, because there's something that I forgot. Like, I said that we were talking about mood mentoring and face-to-face, and also as well, we have a corporation deal. So we're working with an organization to support the children of the workers, and also the workers as well, in a 2-year plan. So that's unprecedented. We didn't have that before the lockdown. So having a package now that we can actually go into schools with, and now we can actually go into into organizations and corporations, and offer something more bespoke, more personalized, depending on what the young people are dealing with. And of course, for that we need conversations with the director of people, to enable us to do that. Then we're able to do that. So perhaps you're a school and you would like some mood mentors, not academic mentors, but mood mentors, to help with emotional support of young people, because let's face it, we're coming out of the lockdown, and what we've been seeing is the tip of the iceberg, and there's some real sad, unfortunate cases of young people that have just been struggling and just need that that support, really, that emotional support, to help them with what they're dealing with and kind of get them in the right direction. Or perhaps, or even you're an organization that wants to that's looking at that's got parents and young children, or adolescents that might need some support. So please do contact me or inbox me, and please do comment below, and I will be able to, if there's anything from here where you need any further clarification, or you have any questions about what I said, please do write them below, and I can answer them in next week's video. So thank you for watching, for all of us here at Julian Campbell Foundation, and I will speak with you next week. Thank you.